Hey guys, welcome back. So today I'm going to show you my top 5 plants for the month of October. November, oh my gosh, top 5 plants for the month of November. And there's some good ones in this video. If y'all haven't heard, I am putting out a video every day for the month of December. And for the most part, it's gonna be a combination of plant and also baking videos. And I'm pretty much set on the schedule of what video to do every day. But if y'all have any other suggestions, I might replace an idea that I already have, or I can just do that topic in January, February. Okay, let's get into this video. Okay. I'm really excited because we're gonna do this Monstera, y'all. You're so beautiful. Sorry, I'm just looking at her. The first plant is the Monstera Aurea. And one of the main reasons I'm including her is because I'm gonna have to chop her after this video. I'm feeling the leaf here. She has finally hardened off and she's outgrown this plank bamboo stake situation. And yeah, so I guess I'll like drag her. Okay. I don't know. I'm rotating her, y'all. Okay. Oh my god, I can't even, oh my gosh. The Metallicum, again, is attacking her. I'm just pushing her towards y'all. So this newest leaf, I'm a huge fan of how the variegation is presenting itself. I don't know if the light is like overdoing it, but it's just a balanced leaf. And of course, you know, I love seeing those holes. Do you see the holes? Also, obviously a fan of the block-like variegation here. And it's also interesting because, again, variegation is caused by different layers in the leaf. So you can see here that the block kind of ends here, but if you flip it, you can see that it actually, the bottom layer, it continues, even though it's not on the top layer. So what I'm gonna do is I'm going to keep this leaf and the new leaf together, and because I've been air layering her, she'll probably have a smoother transition, especially because up here, future can zoom in. Look at that new root. This is really good timing because there is a good root system below here, but also once this root grows into whatever medium I put it in, I think I'm going to do LECA again. This root will be well adapted to that new medium. And that's actually a thing that I would recommend, guys. If possible, try to submerge more than one aerial root when you're transferring a plant into a new medium, just because it has the best chance of rooting and it increases your odds. Also, the newest root, because it's like its freshest root, will probably have a better chance at rooting as well. That's my plan, and I don't know. You can see that she's in LECA. Future Kevin, zoom in. So yeah. You can see that a lot of the older leaves, they're there. What I find sometimes when you have a lot of block-like variegation, they do tend to melt away. And this is not only the Monstera Aurea, it also happens with the Syngonium Aurea. I got this plant a little over a year ago. So she came to me with 2 leaves. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 10, 11. So 11 leaves in total, that's pretty good. And yeah, I'm super excited, guys. I will be putting out a video of me propagating this plant sometime in December. Just the idea of having little baby Aureas just makes me so excited. Okay, so the first plant is the Monstera Aurea. Oh, and another thing I forgot. Here is a clip of me transferring the net pot into another bucket. These roots are incredible. I get a lot of questions about if it's okay for these Monstera roots to sit in the nutrient solution. In my experience with my Monstera albo, with my Monstera Thai constellation, with my Monstera Bromarx flame, and with the Monstera Aurea, the roots can generally tolerate it, and I actually kind of see the plant take off growth-wise after that happens. And I don't know if it's a combination of the plant feeling established with like a large root system, or if it's just pulling in more nutrients by having more roots in the reservoir. The only issue with having that happen with a Monstera Aurea is basically the yellow parts tend to suffer, and I think because the roots are pulling in more water, it kind of overloads the yellow parts. I didn't have that experience with my albo. Guys, tell me if that's a thing that happens with the albo as well. But I find that that happens a lot with the yellow variegated parts of this plant, but also the Syngonium Aurea as well. Okay. Let's move on. The second plant is an Anthurium. This Anthurium, you know, I was very excited for it. I showed you guys what she looked like already in a few of my plant tour videos. I'm just so excited about her because the leaf hasn't even hardened off yet, and like she's still gorgeous. The second plant is the Anthurium Crystallinum crossed with Magnificum. I got this plant, oh my god. It was probably 2 years ago. And do I have a picture? She's a little cutie, guys. Oh my gosh, I was so excited. One of my first Anthurium hybrids. I was really excited for her, and you know, experimented with her in LECA. She liked it. Then put her into pond. She loved it. Leaf isn't fully hardened off, so I have to be very careful. And I'm really mad because I have the fan on for the majority of the day just to facilitate a lot of air circulation. This leaf was, I don't know, maybe it was growing like too rapidly. The leaf was pushing up against one of the moss poles, like the back part of it. And because the fan was like blowing the leaf, it was essentially rubbing back and forth on the moss pole. So she kind of has damage already. I was kind of upset because the Crystallinum Magnificum never gives me a hard time with leaves coming out damaged. Like it usually comes out perfect. And this leaf is probably the biggest of them all. Hi, sweetie. Okay, this is gonna be a whole situation. Hold on. This is my bar cart. This is originally a bar cart, guys. Okay, let me see if I could just sneak her out without like breaking anything. Okay, guys. Whoa, are you kidding? Okay, so this is why, and you can see the damage over here. This is a gigantic leaf. I just can't believe it, guys. She's so gorgeous. And she's not hardened off yet. And like, I'm scared like as she grows and hardens off like these parts, because you could kind of see through them. It's like tissue paper. She's gonna just break. But like, whoa. Kevin, don't touch it. Okay. Like, she's a big leaf, guys. She has other leaves that are big. I don't like this. Let me try to be careful. Okay, I think I can only like hold it one way because she is swaying. Oh, and do you know what, guys? This is the new leaf on the other plant. So there's actually, I propagated this plant. I think I have a video where I cut up this plant into 3 pieces and only 2 of them survived. These are the 2. They're still with me. But this is the second one. Look at how beautiful. Oh my gosh. She has pushed out an inflow. I don't know if y'all can see it. I have 0 experience with pollinating, but I said I would try. The second plant is pushing out the one with the big leaf right in front of my face. There's another one. It's not open yet. And I usually cut them because the foliage suffers. And that's why I'm actually shocked. And like, I just felt the need to show you guys this leaf because on the second plant, this leaf is a lot smaller than the previous one because she's pushing out a flower. But then this one is just doing her thing. She's doing her thing. In a self-watering pot of pond, because there's 2 plants in here, because, you know, Anthurium roots are big and robust, I have to water her like every 2 to 3 days. You can see she is dry. And I have the moss here, and I get questions about this a lot. Why do you have sphagnum moss on top? It's basically to cover the adventitious roots as a plant grows, just so they can grow into the moss, then into the medium. Ideally, I would love to have this in a bigger pot, and I would submerge, you know, the remainder of those roots into the substrate once I repot it. Yeah, guys, I'm in love. This is crazy. Because we're on the topic of Crystallinum Magnificum, if you watch my unboxing video, I have a little baby of this plant. Again, Lauren, thank you so much. My gosh. I already know that this one is gonna look so different, even though she's a little baby. I already know she's gonna look so different than the other one over there. And I might be wrong because she is still a very young plant. The way the leaves will present will be quite different from the mature version, but these look longer and I'm obsessed. I'm like super obsessed. And I think she's in like a very loose and chunky aeroid mix right now, but I'm gonna put her into pond because again, all these big anthuriums, they're in pond. So excited for this, and also so excited for this one. And then the flowers, there's so many things. Okay, so the second plant is the Anthurium Crystallinum crossed with Magnificum. Okay, let's move on to the third plant. The third plant is a Philodendron. I have not showcased this plant in a while. I may have mentioned and showed this plant briefly in maybe a plant tour video. I unfortunately had to chop her down just for space reasons, and I was left with 2 plants. The third plant is the Philodendron Gloriosum. The reason why she's on this list is because she's pushed out a leaf. And guys, I need your help because I think this is a dark form Gloriosum. I feel like the lobes and like the shape of the leaf, it's a bit pointier than like a rounder leaf Gloriosum, and even like the appearance and color, I guess. So yeah, let me grab her. Y'all can help me. This Anthurium bark cart is too much. Okay, here she is, guys. Oh my gosh, do you see what I mean? The lobes are, oh my god, this leaf is attacking me. Oh my god. The lobes are pointy, the sides of the lobes are like flat on each side, and it just kind of goes into this like pointy triangular shape at the bottom. I don't know. The venation on Gloriosums, they're just so stunning. The second plant in here is a bit more juvenile, and look at this. There is a new leaf. Wow, wow, wow. So you can see she's crawling. I have more space here at the end, and I'm not gonna do it in this video, but the roots have grown into the reservoir. What I find with philodendrons is that they can take it for a little bit, but sometimes you'll see the leaf suffering. So I wanted to point this out. So I didn't realize the roots already grew out into the reservoir, but when I assessed it a few days ago, I was like, oh, this is the oldest leaf though, so this could also be like a normal thing. But yeah, super excited. Gloriosum doesn't need a lot of light. I have her on my bottom shelf under the table over there. There is a grow light, but there's two gigantic Hoyas covering them. Okay, I'm gonna put her down because she's getting heavy, but the third plant is the Philodendron Gloriosum. Okay, moving on to the fourth plant. The fourth plant is another philodendron, and y'all know which one it's gonna be. It is the Philodendron Strawberry Shake. You know, I really didn't want to bore you by repeating, you know, the same plants that I show you time and time again. And that's the main reason the Burl Marks Flame isn't in this video, because I feel like y'all are annoyed by it. I just had to. The newest leaf on this Philodendron Strawberry Shake is so pretty. She's weirdly my biggest one. She's just growing a little weird. Like she's growing down and then up. And I'm so afraid that the stem is gonna break at the base because she's like going like this a lot. Oh my God, look at, it's like orangey, but also pink. Like, are you kidding? I'm obsessed. I'm really just obsessed with this plant because, here, I'll show you what I mean. I cut her back because she wasn't variegated. So then she pushed out from under the LECA this growth point, and she was very variegated. So she's coming out that way. And then if I rotate her, look at this stem. She's going like that and then all the way up here. And I don't know, I'm so excited because the previous leaf was this gorgeous, gorgeous leaf, guys. Are you kidding me? And then before that, it was a totally yellow leaf. And I'm actually so surprised that she's still here. Oh my God, and even the one before that is this one. But like, I'm shocked that specifically this one hasn't dropped yet. I don't know, I know the shape is weird, but like, I just love how they come out that way and then they fade to something that looks like something like this. I really don't want to propagate her. Wow, that's a shocking thing to say, Kevin. I kind of want to preserve this one, so maybe I'll just repot it in a bigger pot of LECA, submerge a lot more nodes so she could potentially root, put her on a North Shore Tropicals moss pole maybe. Okay, while we're on the topic of Strawberry Shake, this is one that I am so in love with. This one specifically, I cut it back to preserve the variegation. There's a lot of baby leaves, but I'm just gonna rotate her a little bit. There's 3 plants in, it's still happening. There's 3 plants in total in here. I don't know if you can see, but I cut over here and the new plant coming out of that node is this one at the front. So you can see the leaves are very small, but like they're so balanced. And I was so happy when I saw that because, you know, having leaves consecutively balanced, like a marbled variegation, that's like an amazing sign that it'll just carry on in the plant. This one over here, again, variegated parts, they tend to melt from time to time. I did chop her because she was pushing out non-variegated leaves over here, but do you see that? Do you see that new growth from that node coming from this leaf? I have a very strong feeling that that new growth is going to be variegated just because the leaf attached to that same node is this one. So that's very exciting. And oh, this one, the third one. I don't know what, this might be coming from like an older stem because like it starts out very skinny. Do you see these 5 leaves? So half moon right over here. There's 3 totally variegated yellow cream leaves and then a green one over here with some cream there. How are you alive? I guess it's the green part. And so I guess this is why I like this one a lot too. The 4th plant is the Philodendron Strawberry Shake. Okay, so the 5th plant is a Hoya. And guys, I don't know when the last time, I feel like I showed this recently, crazy. I don't care. I'm obsessed. I'm so happy to see the splashing continue in the plant. The fifth plant is the Hoya Latifolia Snow Queen. Future Kevin put a picture of this plant when I got her, or I think she pushed out a few sets of leaves. This Hoya has unbelievable splashing. The one that I got, however, wasn't really splashy at all. It is very difficult when it comes to these plants because if the plant doesn't have a splashy leaf, there's kind of a lower chance that the rest of the plant will grow splashy leaves. A method to bring that back is to cut the Hoya back all the way to like the first set of leaves, and hopefully in that node there will be a new growth point that will push out splashier leaves. So I did that. I propagated this plant a couple times, and thankfully on my second try, she pushed out splashy leaves. But wow, these leaves are so stunning, guys. Look at the splashing. Are you kidding me? This is crazy. This is crazy. This one vine is just pushing out all the splash. Okay, let me talk about her. Do you know what? I might have been wrong. She might have had this one splashy leaf down here. But at the time, the growth point was growing out of the other side of the node, which was attached to this leaf, which basically has no, well, it has a few speckles. So because the previous part of the plant was growing out of this green part, all the leaves are green. And let me just grab those ones. So I still kept them. These are the most recent ones that I've propagated. And I kind of want to see if there's going to be some splash because I mean, this leaf has a few speckles. And so you can see that she's mostly green. And the second one, she's living in LECA. I mean, huge leaves and super pretty. But this is the other one that I chopped off. So yeah, guys, from this leaf, she just continued. They're everywhere. Right over here, right there, right here. Look, oh my God, they're everywhere, guys. Insane. I'm so happy. I really, really don't want to chop her. But a part of me wants to chop her and, you know, share it, you know, sell it eventually just because, you know, sometimes you find this plant and it's not splashy enough. There's also a chance that in the newer leaves, because there's two, and I mean, it's hard to tell, but I don't see any splashing. The newer one though, I do see a little bit. It's not showing on camera. I do see a little bit, guys. And again, for my Hoyas and LECA, it looks like based on the water line here that she's up to that level, but because I was carrying it, it was swooshing all over the place. For my Hoyas and LECA, I leave the nutrient solution just below the net pot, so it's touching the wicks. I don't know, guys. You know, initially she didn't have these leaves, and I was so determined to bring back that splash. And I mean, if these two leaves don't push out anything, like any splash, then I can cut it. And I would feel more confident just because, you know, a lot of the leaves are splashy. So we'll see, guys. Okay, so the fifth plant is the Hoya Latifolia Snow Queen. And while we're on the topic of splashy Hoyas and continuing on with the splash, this is my Hoya Mathilde Splash. And when I got her, she didn't really have much splash. So I did the same thing and I finally got a few right over here. Look at that. And even this little cute leaf here, you can tell it has splash. So I had to cut this Hoya back a ton, and I'm honestly gonna have to do it again because these ones, oh, peduncle. These ones don't really have that much splash compared to the other one. The second plant in here doesn't have much splash either. And so it seems to me this node is the only one that's consistently pushing out a lot of splash. And I guess I'll show you kind of the progress of the other Mathilde. So because that splashy Mathilde wasn't pushing out a lot of splash, I propagated her and she's growing. Like, look at those new growth points coming from all the different little cute plants, but you can see that she's not splashy. I mean, she obviously has splash. I find that Mathildes in general have some splash, but like not to the degree that you saw with the other one. You know, I would be shocked if there was splash coming out of one of these just because the previous mother leaves didn't have a lot of splash. I'm gonna keep doing this strategy. Do y'all have other strategies that you use? Because I feel like chopping it back is like the only option, but if there's a different method, I'd be interested to hear from y'all. Okay, so honorable mention. The honorable mention today is another Hoya, and the reason why I'm showing her is because she is in bloom. I think the last time she was in bloom was in March, so it's been a few months. I do plan on putting a video out when it comes to my experience and getting Hoyas to bloom, but the honorable mention today is the Hoya Thomsonii. This one specifically has the white flowers and she's wild, guys. Let me grab her. This is incredible. Okay, first of all, she is so pretty. Oh my gosh, guys. Maybe because I'm giving it a lot of light, I didn't realize that this Hoya can trail. Previously, when I had this plant in LECA, when I had it trailing, it was just pushing out tendrils, and maybe I wasn't giving it a lot of light. So the flowers are here. Ooh, they're so strong. Oh, they're so strong. Are you kidding? I don't know if y'all can see them properly. Look at those guys. And also, do you see the pink undertones? It is insane how beautiful these flowers are. There are other parts that are getting ready. So look at that. And you could also see the pink undertones even before it opens. And usually that's a sign that it's gonna bloom soon. This one, there's only 3 on this one. Oh, look how cute. It's so cute, guys. And if y'all don't remember, I cut this back into single node cuttings, threw her into pot, put her into her grow light, and this is the result. So a really full plant. Super full. But yeah, the honorable mention is the Hoya Thomsonii white flowers. Okay guys, I guess that's it. Wow. November has come and gone. We're going into December. How exciting. I love holiday season. I love Christmas season. This is very exciting. I hope y'all have a great rest of your week. And if you've made it to the very end, thank you guys so much. I greatly appreciate it. And I'll see you guys later. Bye.